A 5-kilometre bus ride takes us to Knossos and the famous Minaon Palace settlement. While just 700 kilometres away, the Egyptians were building pyramids and temples. European Minaons were building huge palaces in settlements like this. This large, imposing palace is built on the hill of Capella, next to the river Knossos, in a site which is admired for its natural advantages: the strong position, good water supplies, access to the sea, and proximity to a large, fertile forest. And that's the forest that produced the Capellonian pine, a tree that supplied the beams and the columns for the construction of this huge palace. Living quarters, storage rooms, religious areas and banquet rooms were connected by narrow passageways. The complex itself was built of masonry and clay and packed rubble. The walls were richly decorated with fresco paintings, and the pillars were painted red and gold. These large storage jars, of which many have been found, were used to store wine, oil, grain, and some stand more than 5 foot high with a huge capacity. This was to endure any food or drink shortage. Decoration of the jars seems to suggest the religious importance of the harvest and the significance attached to the stored food. This is known as the throne room. It is not felt that this room was used for ceremonial purposes, but rather religious cult practices. The walls, also richly decorated, indicate religious significance. The palace had a very sophisticated water and drainage system to collect and supply drinking water and to drain the rainwater away from the palace. A network of clay pipes carried the water around the complex, and they were joined together, similar like today's plastic pipes. When archaeologists unearthed this large area, they called it the theatre area. But instead of people sitting, they stood on the steps and on the sides to watch the performers. And finally, an artist's impression of this fine complex. Knossos.